Hello everyone, CD Racing here, and welcome back for episode 6 of our Dirt Rally 2 career mode playthrough. Now, in the last episode of our rally series, we did mathematically win our very first championship, and I left it up to you guys. Do you think we should do the last race, or should we just skip to the faster cars so we can get started on going faster with the harder difficulty opponents? And I thought to myself, you know what? Let's just go ahead and send it out in style. Let's go to Germany. Let's do that last rally, send it off on a high note. And I didn't plan this, but first race out, this happened.
Long flat crest and 6 right, opens of a crest, 180.
All right, so not my greatest moment. Speed of impact, 94.5 miles an hour, straight into an oak tree. Not my greatest moment. CD Racing is human, confirmed. But sad way to ring out the championship. What happened there over the jump? I didn't like the angle I was landing at, and I tried to adjust the wheels prematurely. And when it flicked to the right, I overcompensated to the left, lost the car. You guys saw what happened. Looking at this thing, I go ahead and see if it's even possible for us to fix it. And before we've even managed all of our problems, as you can see, we have significantly overstayed our welcome in the service area, and I decided, you know what, it's not worth it. $3,000, we're already in a really bad spot in the rally. Let's just call it a day, y'all. Let's just get out of here. And that's exactly what we did, retiring from the event, as you see, down in 28th place. Somehow 2 people lost before we did, which in of itself is an accomplishment, I think. But that has got to be the most bittersweet you've won the championship screen ever, because that car is host. Probably never to run again, but it served a fantastic purpose. But now, $229,000 netted to the team. We are up in a big way, and we're going to take that money straight to the car dealership next season. Promotion to the Clubman difficulty. Cannot wait. And speaking of dealerships, let's go ahead and see what our new whip is going to be for this next rally season. All right, so heading over to the car dealership, as you can see, we've got plenty of options, but it was left up to me in the comments to choose what our next car for the season is going to be. So I figured that the R2 class was a perfect stepping stone. Looking at all these cars, relatively similar to what we've been driving, with improvements just a little bit in every area. Still very small front-wheel drive cars, but as you can see from the power, the weight, and the transmission options, it's better in every way. Cars make about 40 more horsepower, although they weigh like 400 pounds less. And instead of a 4-speed manual, it is a 5-speed sequential. So those 3 things are going to mean big increases in the performance of our car. And if you look at the specific one we bought, we have opted for the Opel Adam R2 vehicle, 185 horsepower, weighing 2,271 pounds, out of a little naturally aspirated 1.6 liter, and it's got the 5-speed manual transmission. And it's kind of a cute looking little car. Look at that thing. It's like an egg. Imagine going 100 miles an hour down a dirt road in that thing. Real quick, going back to our car from last season so you can directly compare the stats in case you forgot. You see the more horsepower, less weight, and the sequential on our current car. And speaking of our current car, let's go ahead and take a look at it, see how you guys feel about it right now, because it is time to choose the livery for this season. Obviously, I'm immediately drawn to Dirtfish livery because they are a place that I hope to race with in real life one day. But looking over our options, as always, you guys in the comments, if you like any of these liveries, vote for it down below. Whichever comment has the most likes, most interaction is what we're going to rock with. But for now, I am going to stay loyal to the Dirtfish crew because they run a fantastic program. And let's hope that we can represent them well this season. Looking over the car, we have 5 engine upgrades in total, 1 more than the car from last season. We've also got dampers durability, which is not something that we were able to upgrade on the previous car. But look at the price, y'all. $20,000 to upgrade our brakes? Man, those things better make Brembo look like a cardboard box for 20 frickin' grand. But anyways, loading into our first season, where are we racing? First time out, we are going to a new location for the career in the Greece Rally. Looking over the difficulty settings, make sure that we have hardcore damage turned on. And one more time, for those of y'all that have never seen the Greece Rally, buckle up. New stats for the season, $109,000 per event win and a championship reward of almost $500,000. Big stakes all over the place here. 6 stages over the championship, of course, starting in Greece, as we've mentioned, going over to New England, USA after that. We've been there before. Going back to Wales once again, and a new stage once again in Monte Carlo. Very difficult rally, snowy mountains, hard to navigate pretty much every time. The high-speed forest of Finland, always a blast unless you get it wrong. And a new location yet again for the asphalt rally of Spain. So, couple new, couple returning rally locations, and over the course of the season, we will hopefully master them all. Now, we have done enough teasing. Let's go ahead and grab our car and load in for our first rally of the new season. All right, so looking over the first stage, 3.34 miles. Not that much elevation change on this first one, but of course, quick overview of the scenes that we are looking at. And you'll notice this entire rally pretty much takes place on the side of a mountain or a large hill, always running the risk of falling off the stage here, but obviously we're not going to try and do that. Now, as always, quick overview of the weekend itself. Take a look at how short most of these stages are. Only one stage in this rally is over 3.5 miles long. However, we have many different elevation changes to look at. You saw that one, 700 feet, 698 feet, 623 feet. That third stage has 1,400 feet of elevation change. But shorter stages, soft tires are the king. Maximum grip, we don't care if they don't last that long. And with no shakedown, no nothing, we are just going to send this car for the first time and see how we do with no commentary. I'll see y'all at the end of it.
Starts 100, flat right of a crest jump, 30, 6 left into 6 right of a bump. Good luck. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 100, flat right of a crest jump, 30, 6 left into 6 right of a bump, into 3 left, into slow, tight 4 right, into 6 left, middle of a crest, into 4 left, very long, 5 right of a bump, slow 70, keep left of a crest, into unseen 2 left, tightens long, into 4 right, opens of a crest, slow 30, turn 2 right tightens, opens, into 6 left long of a crest, into 6 right, and 6 left, opens long of a bumps, 50, 5 right of a crest, early 5 left, 70, crest and unseen, open hairpin left. Into 6 right of a crest. Keep left of a crest, 80, keep right of a jump, 80, unseen, 3 right, into 5 left, very long, opens, 30. Narrow, keep right of a crest, opens, 30, 6 right, into 4 left long, 60, 4 right long, tightens 2, opens, 100. 6 left and 6 right of a crest, keep left of a 30, 6 right, opens 50, don't cut, 5 left of a crest, 30 of a crest, 6 right long, 6 left, keep left of a 50, don't cut, 5 right, slow 4 left, don't cut, opens middle of a 220. Slow 6 right, 6 left long, tightens 3, don't cut. $80, 4 right long, 50. Three left, don't cut. Into slow, 5 right of a crest, into unseen hairpin left, opens, into 6 right, 50, slow 3 right, opens long, into unseen, 1 left long, don't cut. Keep right of a 50, 6 left, into 6 right, into don't cut, 6 left, 6 right narrow, opens 50, 6 right of a bump, and keep left and short 4 right, 100, over 2 jumps, 4 right, opens, keep left of a jump junction, 120, don't cut, 2 left long, tightens. 80. 6 right, extra long, caution, tightens. 3. Into 6 left of a crest. 60, keep right of a crest. Into 3 right long. Into 2 left, don't cut, tightens narrow. Into 6 right. Into 6 left long to jump. Keep left over 50, caution slow, 2 right, very long, tightens. 50, 4 left long, tightens 3, opens middle of a jump maybe. 50, caution, 2 right long, tightens. Into 5 left, 120, over bumps. 5 right, extra long, caution, tightens 2 narrow. Into 4 left, keep right, and flat left, 50 over bumps, 4 right, tightens, don't cut, 4 left, opens, 200 over bumps. Over finish, 2 left, don't cut. To stop.
All right, so
Well done.
quite the first stage from us. A couple mistakes here. Hit the side of a wall due to the mishearing a Titans call midway through that stage. But other than that,
Looking good for a stage win in there.
looking good for a stage win indeed. Not a bad first showing, our first time in the Death Egg. But will we continue our form over the course of the weekend? As you see there, pretty solid stage time compared to our rivals. But loading into stage 2, definitely some things to learn. The car can be flicked so much easier than what we were driving last season. I'm sure some of you more keen-eyed individuals will notice that as we load into the second stage. Watch my ability to just throw this car and it just catches the oversteer every single time. And when we get used to that, we'll really get this thing moving, and we'll showcase that during this next stage, hopefully.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Lights go down, launch the car hard, and immediately just look at the difference in acceleration between this car and the car we used last season. Already jumping straight into it. We are on a downhill section, high speed into unseen tight hairpin right. Slow the car down as well as we can, but on the downhill you see barely stay on the stage there. Almost smacked that tree on the outside. We got to listen to the calls as well as we can. Once again, consecutive 6s into a tight hairpin left. We're going to struggle to slow the car down, throwing it over these hills. Hard on the brakes, grab some handbrake to get the car turned in, and a little bit too much gas causes us some understeer through that hairpin, but it looks like we're chugging along now. 5 right, tightens over jump, or 4 right, my bad. We know it tightens over this jump, so slow it down. There's a jump, and 3 right tightens once again. Watch your entry, throw it in when you know you've made it, and look how much more speed we can carry through these corners compared to last season. Even these 3s can be taken about full throttle in third gear, and we're maintaining so much more speed. But one more time in the downhill section, hairpin right, 60 into hairpin left, so very low speed section here. Mind your entrance. Get the first hairpin down, shoot it to the right hand side of the stage so you can set yourself up for the hairpin left is what you should do. As you saw, I stuck in the middle, had to use a lot of handbrake to get the car turned in. And now we're back into the high speed sections. 5 right, turn into 4 left, so we know it's going to tighten a little bit. Right there's that 4. Throw it in with a little bit of handbrake. You got 5 right into 3 left into dip, so we know we got to tight through. Oh my lord. Throw away the car here. Not listening to the calls very well at all, honestly. I need to stay at a certain speed into this section. We have very low speed corners into high speed sections, and I'm not transitioning well enough, as you see, understeering off the stage once again. We're going to blame it on not being used to the car, I'm not going to lie, but so far, doing better than the AI, which is at least something to be proud of, but those that are experienced in rally games will know that this stage has been far from perfect. Not listening to the calls very well. Lots of understeer that I haven't learned to manage in the new car, but luckily we're still learning, right? Looks like we're beating the AI. We got to jump real quick. It's a huge error that I did not listen to the stay right call for. And once again, listening to the angle of that jump and landing in the right angle. We heard the caution, 4 right tightens into 2, so we're going to slam the brakes. Again, getting squirrely on the outside. Here's the 2 right that was calling and got a good entrance into that one. We've got a 3 right slow 50 into 2 left, which is why that slow call came in. Tightens long. So listen for your entrance. Watch for your entrance. Slow it down because you know it tightens, and now it's just going to open up for us into this 5 left tightens 3. So common theme of the Grease Rally, like most of these stages, you get the high speed sections into the very low speed sections. But in Grease, you had the added challenge that most of the time, you are very close to a cliff, and one mistake isn't going to throw you off the stage, it's going to throw you off a mountain. So hopefully we keep it on the stage well enough for the rest of the weekend, but we do currently have a 16-second lead over second place on this stage. As once again we understeer through a corner. Got to get used to the entrances in this car is what I believe our problem is at the moment, because I'm entering with a lot of speed, but maybe too much speed is once again not hearing the 2 left call there, and we just lose so much momentum of trying to get the car slowed down, and now we're going to have to chug back up to speed. So showing once again that maybe this season the AI might not be as difficult as they should be, because we've made quite a few mistakes on the stage as far as a perfect stage goes, and we're still winning pretty decently. We got one more little low speed looking section to get through. We got a 3 right into a 4 right over crest jump. Look for that on the stage. We know we've got to jump over this crest, so we'll send it and don't adjust well enough yet again, understeering into the stage. Pretty abysmal performance from us, not gonna lie, but we see the end boards as we almost slap the inside of the stage there, get the car slowed down, and just be happy that we made it through with minimal accidents, at least anything that actually caused contact. 22nd win in the stage over W. Jacob Meyer. That guy's last name is just a first name with some flair. I'm not scared of him at all, but let's see how we did overall.
Good chance of a win in that stage.
Good chance of a win on that stage for sure. Let's go ahead and get into the service area and see if we have any damage over the course of these first couple stages. All right, so loading into stage 3, 6.44 miles in Greece is about as close to a marathon as you can get. Very technical stages, so 7 miles of it is difficult, and it's at night. As you can see, we've got the lights attached to the front of the vehicle, and in the middle of the screen there, where it says surface degradation, that's what I've been talking about when I say that we are the last cars to run, so the stage is even more difficult. It's all torn up. Now you can get a visualization of that. And the only damages we have are bodywork, but much more expensive than last season. Minor bodywork damage is a $1,000 repair in this car. So something to take note of throughout the rest of this career season, I guess you could say. And going to go ahead and change tires. We do have a longer stage at the moment, but I saw the degradation on the softs at the moment, and I thought, honestly, I think we'll be fine for these next 2 stages. Let's see if I will eat those words.
Good luck. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Lights go down, launch the car as hard as we can, and we've got a 100 into flat right over crest jump, so very high speeds early into this very long stage here in Greece. Now, we know it's a long stage. We saw how expensive the repairs are. We need to mind our speed and listen to the calls and focus on getting through the stage cleanly rather than, as quickly as possible, especially because the AI still is 100% competitive. Perfect opportunity to get used to the car, get used to the stage, practice our endurance pace so that we can get through with decent speed without totaling the car. Let's see how we do over the course of the stage. You see, we're not even done with Sector 1 yet, almost half a minute in, and we've got a 2 right Titans coming up. Slow the car down, throw it in, into 6 left long over crest, into 6 right. So again, slow speed into high speeds. We're going to get the car right back up to 5th gear as we have a 6 left after this one again. So into 5th gear, pretty much max speed here through this section. Maybe a little bit slower. We're going uphill. The car doesn't have the power to really power up it yet. But consecutive 5s are going to see us downshift into 4th gear. And now we have a hairpin left. Slow the car down. Felt like it was too tight to take in 3rd gear, so we're going to slam 2nd gear on the exit and then upshift into 3rd as we again charging up the hill quite a bit. The car feels very underpowered. I cannot imagine how this would have felt in the car last season. Unseen 3 right into 5 left, so slow the car down, watch the stage. Very sketchy entrance there. Could have potentially been an off-camber call there, but we did not receive one, and now the track is going to narrow up for us into 6 right, but we know that we have high-speed corners in front of us, so we're not going to slow down too much. Throw it around that blind corner, into the 4 left, into the 4 right Titans 2. We hear the Titans 2 slam the car into 3rd. Find it around here. Not the best line through there, but we kept decent speed, and we've got consecutive 6s once again. High speed on this very narrow section, edge of the cliff, throwing it around these blind corners, trusting the calls, and keeping decent speeds at the moment. But this talks to the difficulty of Greece that I spoke on earlier in the stage. You'll see we are pretty much on a cliffside or right next to a guardrail the entire time. So any mistake in the wrong direction will see us falling off the cliff. Obviously not ideal, especially with how expensive repairs are in this car. But early goings, about a 3rd of the way through the stage at the moment. It looks like we're going good. We heard the slow call, 6 right, 6 left into 3. So slow down call coming 2 turns in advance. I assume it was going to be pretty heavy, so I made sure to really watch my speed on entrance here. Probably could have kept a little bit more speed, but like I said, long stage. Want to play it safe, then sorry. And sorry, we are not at the moment. We've got another 3 left. Don't cut. We'll see why in a second. Huge change in gradient of the hill on the inside there. If we hit that, we might have flipped, which is why we got that don't cut call. Decent line through this hairpin here. Probably not the best, but front-wheel drive cars, these low-speed sections can be a little tough sometimes, as we've got a 3 right tightens, 1 left long, don't cut. So slam the car on the brakes, try to stick towards the middle of the stage, use that hill on the inside a little bit, but exit just the same. And for those of y'all that saw, we are up about 3 seconds on our second place rival. So over the course of a long stage, very tight competition. Perhaps I spoke too soon about the AI of this challenge as we soared through that very narrow section. Confidence in the calls at the moment as we are keeping insane speed for the tightness of this stage, especially in a car this slow, as we catch a little bit of air over that jump, and then it's going to slow it to a 2 left long tightens, don't cut. Watch your speed, huge rock on the inside. That's why we were told not to cut. Power out of it, right back into high speed. Once again, 6 right, extra long caution. Caution tightens 3. So we hear the caution call, we get scared. It is now incredibly dark on the stage now, really having to trust the calls as we can't see the stage in front of us at all. But we can't let the fear control us too much as we try to keep some speed up. A little bit of a shaky entrance on that 3 into a 2, but we got it in, turned in, flicked it in. And now we have consecutive 6s into a jump into 50, so we know we're going to be going quick, but we hear the caution slow call, so we hit that first jump, slam the brakes to make sure that we slow down for this 2 right and get the speed in there. 4 left tightens 3, so still minding our speed. We've got a cliff to our left that we can fall off of and a mountain we can run to on our right, so high stakes here in Greece. That is the name of the game. Very much so a rally that tests your mental endurance, because seeing these hazards around you at all times, it's hard to not think about it. Ideally, you hear the calls come in, you build the track in your mind, and you just drive no matter what's around you. But I am not Michel Mouton. I am not capable of just being an absolute savage who doesn't see, hey, that's a cliff I could fall off of. So certain times throughout these stages, especially early going into our career, finding the confidence to do the crazy things is difficult, but I get through it every now and then. As I was talking, I had a pretty nice flick over a blind crest that we are going to segue right into a 4 right into 70, into 6 left, into 4 right. So again, lots of direction changes in Greece. It seems these stages don't have much of a flow to them. As soon as you think you're into a high speed section, they throw a 2 right tightens at you. As soon as you think you're in a low speed section, it opens up into consecutive 6s into a jump. Absolutely insane. Although this is a difficult rally, it might be one of my favorites just because of how much it tests you. These stages are very unforgiving, and even in a low speed car like this, relatively front wheel drive, kind of low powered, when you're right on the limit, these stages are insane. Right now through the low speed sections, it is so dark, as you can see. When we have the trees around us, the light does not poke through at all, and as soon as we're out of the forest, the light opens up, we can see the stage in front of us just in time for a hairpin right, slow the car down, get it over. And over the course of those last couple sectors, we really put the time up, because we went from a 3-second gap to a 23-second gap. We're going to see if we can continue that momentum, as we are absolutely flying through this high-speed section right now, trusting the calls, sending it around these blind corners. You'll see it a lot. I talked about it earlier in the video. With these front-wheel drive cars, when you know your initial turn and angle, send the car in, catch it with front-wheel drive just like that. And when you execute that at speed, especially around quick little corners that don't have a consecutive follow-up corner, you can carry a lot of speed through some of these corners, especially on every stage, especially high-speed stages. That a good example here as we turn in for that left 3 over junction. But you'll notice high-speed sections, when they call it, especially an early call comes in, throw the car in, just trust the call, absolutely send that wheel accordingly, and then catch it with the oversteer, just like that. Similarly, not as aggressive as a throw-in as it could have been, but you see what I'm talking about with the ability to just throw this car in here, especially considering the one that we had last season. This is proper front-wheel drive rally. This, I feel like front-wheel drive is a drivetrain that gets talked, gotta watch the YouTube algorithm. People talk very negatively about front-wheel drive cars, but when you get used to it and you know how to combat the understeer, they are incredibly fun to drive. And over the course of this almost 7-mile stage, we definitely were testing the limits at certain parts, and it looks like we got it right. Very, very sketchy jump around that tree there, but we kept it on track because we know the calls. Narrowly miss a rock on the inside. We got a caution 2 right tightens coming up. Don't cut. Rocks on the inside, sending it along. And that was a pretty solid showing over the course of the longest stage of the weekend, walking away with a near 40-second victory. It would appear that CD Racing dominance is nowhere near over. Get used to it, y'all. But cockiness aside, loading into the 4th stage of the weekend, and we have a very, very short one, 2.8 miles Lots of hairpins, as you guys can see. So in the front wheel drive, not going to be as fun, but we're going to try and get through it with minimal problems. Let's see how we do once again in the nighttime.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Launch the car hard as usual. 6 left, keep left over 80 into 5 right. So high speed entrances once again. We're going to send the car early. Get a little overzealous here as you watch. We're going to stay to the right for a little too long, ride the edge of the stage there, really kind of flirting with falling off the cliff. We've got a 4 left long, tightens 2 left over junction. Keep in mind he said 2 left. That did not reach me. For some reason, I could have sworn he said right. Tried to turn right there, lost so much speed. Had trouble getting it back into first there, and now launching the car, trying to get it going once again. We're going to wait for the calls to come back. 6 left, keep right into 5 left. So keep right over the 6 into the 5, so it sets us up just like this. Try to keep our speed up, and as you see on the left-hand side, the AI has left us in the dust at this moment in time. 6 left into sudden 3 right tightens, so don't get overzealous. Slam the brakes, make sure you're able to turn it in, just like that. And coming over the checkpoint here, as you can see in the top right of your screen, we are 26th place, 8 seconds behind the leader. We have to make that up if we want to have another flawless weekend. A little bit of understeer through that turn right there, and we have a 5 right into hairpin left, so slam the car down all the way down to first gear. Make sure you're turned in. Just drag it around that corner. Lots of understeer there. We're going to see if we can drag it a little better this time. We have a hairpin right. Let's see how we do. Slow it down. Opt to stay in second gear this time, so we try to avoid understeer. Still very, very painful. We've got an open hairpin left at the tree. Thank God for that tree marker, because that's going to tell us to throw it in right here. Get around the tree. Fight the understeer. Once again, it's so bad at this time. The gravel must be incredibly loose on the stage, because of these low-speed sections, our grip is close to none. Slow the car down now that we've learned this. Very low entrance, and then straighten the wheel out, power on the gas as soon as you can. And then again, tight hairpin left. I told y'all before the stage started, lots of hairpins on this particular stage, and if we were in an all-wheel drive, it'd be a blast, but we are in a front-wheel drive, and I know I was just praising it and saying that it was overhated, but for these particular low-speed sections, not the move at all. One more time. I believe this might be the last run. We have a open hairpin right, and you hear the clicking from the car. That is not an effect for my mic. We have some sort of engine issue, perhaps overheating, perhaps I hit something. The engine is making a noise, so even more problems turning up during the stage. We'll see if it's anything serious. We've got a 4 right over crest into jump. Send it, trust the call just like that. Send it over the jump. Find your place on the stage once again, and we've got a caution tightens over crest for this 3 left. So watch our speed on entry. Make sure we get it. There's the crest where it tightens, and again, ignoring the calls, even though they were presented to us, loses us so much time, loss of momentum, huge hit to the suspension. I would be surprised if we don't have damage from that, but we're going to try and keep trucking once again. As you see, we have a crack in the left-hand window, so that impact might have been so hard that we actually cracked our window. Not quite sure what's going on, but not the perfect stage from us at all. 6 left over crest long. We are now down 5 seconds, so we have made it 3 seconds up on second place, and the car feels so underpowered at this moment. Saw me downshifting to third midway throughout that hill because I felt that the car had 0 power getting up this hill. A little embarrassing, not gonna lie. I daily drive a Civic and I deal with that on the highway, but I don't want that in my race car, y'all. We're gonna try and charge on here, maybe get some more distance so that we can upgrade this car and not have to do that at uphills, but for now, we work with what we've got. Very close to the end of the stage here. 6 left, slow 103 right tightens, which is why we got that slow call into the caution tightens hairpin left. So, put everything together. We know we've got the 3 right, we needed to slow down for, and we got the hairpin left, so we slam the brakes. Mini Scandinavian flick just to try and keep some momentum, but not a very effective one as we understeer through the hairpin and power it over through the end here. We've got one last 3 right call. Make sure that we nail it, and then full throttle all the way to the finish for a very short but efficient stage. Just kidding. 'Twas not efficient. Quite a few mishaps for such a short stage, and we now down 6 seconds at the end. Is this the first time that we have lost a stage in our career? I'm not going to count Germany because that was just rough. But as far as championships we've participated in, that might be our first loss of our career. How are we going to take it as Mr. E, last name, absolutely destroyed us in that stage due to our mistakes? 6-second difference is pretty large for such a short stage, and we are going to hope that we can continue to lead over the last 2 races of the weekend. Let's see how that goes. All right, so loading into the last couple stages and the last service stage of the weekend, 3.16 miles up next. Now, this was a new session for me. I recorded this in 2 parts because I had to go to class midway through the championship. So this is me getting a quick overview of the championship, looking at where we left off. Only 2 very short stages to go, and we do get to change our tires one more time. So, fresh set of softs that should do more than enough to get us through these next couple stages. And luckily, through our mishaps last stage, only bodywork damage, $1,100 to fix the car this time. Things are getting expensive, y'all, and I can only imagine it's going to get worse. So, thank someone that we have a lot of cash on deck.
Starts on 5 right, very long. Opens into 6 left over jump, 80. Good luck. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, second to last time, launch the car hard. Thankfully back in the daytime, and we have a 5 right into 6 left over jump. Now remember, this is a new session, so we're a little fresh here. This is actually our first time driving this day. We have a caution 5 left long, Titans over crest, and the Titans call did not make it to us in time. And early goings here, sending it off the track. Heavy contact with the bush. We're going to hope that there's not heavy damage to the car. And now, try to get our momentum back. We have a turn 3 opens, so try to find your early entrance. We know the stage is going to open back up for us. Try to get that time back that we lost. Can we make up that much time in such a short stage? We will find out, but we're going to try our absolute hardest. 4 right into 30 into square right. Try to slow the car down, and rough over that hill. Might have actually damaged the tire there with such a weird impact, but we're going to hope we didn't. Not the greatest start from us at all. We're going to see just how far behind we are here at the first checkpoint of the stage, but new session, did not come prepared. Something we have to improve on is being able to hop into the car and immediately perform our best, because that is something that we cannot afford, especially if there was a cliff there. Our weekend would have been completely over. So down 4 seconds at the first checkpoint of a 4 checkpoint stage. Let's see if we can bring that up. Early goings, not doing too well. You see me sending in way too much speed into these low speed corners. Perhaps driving a little frustrated. Didn't expect to crash going out there. I have a lot of faith in my driving ability, but sometimes mistakes happen and it's hard to not get flustered and maybe confused, like, I can't believe I let that happen. So at this point of the stage, try to get out of your head. We had a little bit of a straight line basically for a while there, and we're going to use that to collect our thoughts. Try to lock in for the rest of the stage, maybe get some of that time back, maybe even win the thing. That's what happens. So we have our high-speed section, so we tend to do a little bit better in consecutive 6s over crest. Know what ankle is coming, just send it over the crest. Can't see the stage in front of us, but we know it's coming because of the calls. Send it over that jump. Hard to slow the car down. Hard on the brakes without locking up down into 4th gear. Again, hard on the brakes, this time into 3rd. Send it around that corner. Power out when you need to pay your apex. And now we are getting our momentum back just like that. So far, no time gain. Still about 4.5 seconds behind first place at the moment, but we are going to keep on trucking. Caution 4 right, slow 30, crest into 2 left over depths. So slow the car down significantly. Dips can either help you or hurt you. That one helps us slow it down, make that speed just fine. And again, low speed sections, getting a little bit better, but still a little bit of understeer. Not 100% used to the car yet, to be completely honest. These low speed sections are still quite fast compared to what we were used to last section, or season, that is. And we're going to try our best to get used to it. As you see, a lot of these corners, I'm taking it as if I'm only driving this stage. I was having trouble just kind of processing the calls of stage. Not sure what happened, perhaps mental fatigue, whatever. But no excuses, excuses enough. That's a phrase. Definitely going to bookmark that one. Put it on a t-shirt for you. But hairpin right there into 50, into 5 right long. So we're going to get the speed back up just a little bit. Sudden 4 left, which means we're most likely just going to have a quick flick, send it in there. That's exactly what we do. Into 4 right, into 4 left. Both of them don't cut, and we are up 5/10 through just that sector. Or for those of y'all that don't know, I believe the timing works on a per sector basis, so that up by 5/10 might not mean that I'm winning by 5/10. It might just mean that that sector I was up 5/10. So we have another hairpin that I just awful entry for. If we were in an all-wheel drive car, that entering at the wrong angle would have been a perfect Scandi flick, but with all-wheel drive, we are not the best stage from us technique-wise, but it looks like we're keeping decent time, and we might actually be winning at this point. We have an open hairpin left. Slow the car down so much. Just get it turned around, low speed. Power out of it when you know you've made it. We're going to try and shut this little thing up the hill and see what happens. And now, one last little section before we finish this stage to see if we can come back from those early mistakes. 6 left long, tightens over crest into jump, slow 100. So adjust your angle before the crest. Know you're going to land the right way. Slow the car down because you heard it into the hairpin right over finish. So just one last thing to do before we are done for the day. 3-second victory in the stage, so we did end up manage to come back from that early mistake. Probably shouldn't have, but like I said, Dirt Rally 2 unfortunately doesn't let you control the difficulty early on, so we're just going to have to deal with it for now. Pretty hefty visual damage to the front of the car. I don't know how much the bumper sticks out from the radiator itself to see if there's genuine damage on the car, but I guess we will find out. So, loading into the last stage of the weekend. Realistically, very short stage in front of us, 2.98 miles. Just get through the stage, and we should have the victory for the weekend.
Keep left over 60, 3 left, don't cut. Good luck.
And a good luck. We will hopefully not need it, but let's see what happens. One last stage. Can we just send it to the end here? Let's find out exactly what happens as the lights go down. Launch the car hard one last time here in Greece. Keep left over 60, 3 left, don't cut. 30. Slow 6 to the left long, turn it into sudden unseen hairpin right. So complicated list of calls coming in front of the stage here. I knew what was coming. I've done this stage before for one of my no commentary videos, and get the car turned in pretty decently here. We've got a 4 left over 60, 6 right. Now we heard the keep left over crest here, so we're going to trust the call and send it into what is going to be a very sketchy turn as we stay left and then send it over the right there. Try to flirt with not sending it over the cliff. And now we have a slow turn open hairpin right. So slam the gears down, did it in a second. Make sure that we can turn the front wheel drive car in and then power out when we hit that apex. Decent execution there, but like I said, we have driven the stage before, so that's something that we can have on an advantage card. As we are now at very high speed downhill section, slam the brakes to get the car turned in, downshift into fourth, continue on the power through very high speed section. One more time, slam the brakes down into fourth gear. We hear the 5 right tightens call, so we're going to slam the brakes one more time, send it in over the jump, slam the brakes when we land, into the right, into the 3 left, opens 4, and then tightens once again. Complicated list of calls coming in here at a very high speed section with the cliff right on our left. They definitely saved the craziest stage for left, and we're going to see what happens. So we turn left over crest jump, so we turn the car in early, land correctly on the stage, and continue with insane momentum into a 100 slow unseen open hairpin left. Slam the brakes here, get the car turned in all the way down into first gear. Power on the gas too early causes us to understeer very slow through that one. We're going to see if we can get it right over the next series of consecutive hairpins. Unseen tightens hairpin right after the jump, so don't be tempted to send it over that jump. Make sure you slow down beforehand, get it turned in just like there. Now we're getting decent execution through some of these hairpins. And now coming into the next hairpin, we have a 6 left, slow 30 into open hairpin left, so we know this one's going to be a little bit wider. Slow down into first gear, swing it around, and send it early because we know it's going to open up for us just like that. 6 right into bump, dip 30, tightens hairpin right at tree. So lots of calls coming in to identify when you need to slow down, what you need to look for to get your turn in. When we're in the faster all-wheel drive cars, this particular section can be taken with incredibly deceiving speed once you get used to it. So kind of glad we're getting the practice in on the slower cars, because when we get up to the big boys, especially when the AI is genuinely unbeatable, mistakes like that one that I just did will not happen. Lots of understeer through that corner. But we're going to try and prepare ourselves one last time for the last little section of the stage here. We have a 4 left, don't cut, into 4 right. So consecutive times. Try to make it into a straight line, but probably should have just listened to the calls. That was a very bumpy edge there that I probably damaged the suspension with. But we have consecutive 6s into 6 right tightens, into 6 right again, into 6 left. Very high speed on such a narrow stage. We're going to trust the calls and send it. And we have a 4 into 2 right tightens, and we do not get the car slowed down in time. And oh my lord. Someone is going to be really pissed at me. We're going to go ahead and hit it with a hit and run. No insurance. Get out of here. Right towards the end of the stage. They could take it up with my lawyer because we have a first season rally to win on our way to victory in the most sketchy way possible. Towards the end of this very high speed section, we're going to flick it over these last couple of corners. Finish line is in front of us. Angry spectator in our rear. But the most important thing is the victory. Crossing the finish line with a 12-second victory in that stage, despite the mishap with the car. Overall, I would say, despite the fact that we won this particular rally, it was a mid-performance for us, our first time out. Quite a few mistakes that could have definitely been avoided. Probably going to cost us quite a bit of money, so it's going to be easy to remember it. But all things set aside, we did win. You got to take the victories, and a victory it is. And first place in Greece over S. Bernard and D. Ravelli. That's what I'm talking about. 61,000 bones netted to the team. Definitely going to make those repair costs seem a little bit less. And have we unlocked engine mapping 2? We have. So more power coming to the little car next time out. And looking over the championship real quick, as you can see, we have 1 in Greece. And up next, a very familiar location in New England, USA. Last time we were out there, very, very, very sketchy rally. Not going to lie. I was excited to go to the USA, and we're winning the championship now. We're going to hope we do better. And I scrolled down here because if you'll notice in 13th place, J. King, you old dog. Didn't think I'd see you here, let alone in the middle of the pack. But that is going to bring it to an end to our first season rally in the new car. I hope you all enjoyed it. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys coming in. If you enjoyed the video, as always, make sure to heel toe that like and subscribe combo. And remember, y'all get to choose the livery. If y'all aren't rocking with the black and orange, let me know which one you saw that you like more. Whichever one gets the most likes, the most engagement, that's what we're rocking with. If y'all want me to rock the stupidest livery, as long as it's got the most likes, that's what we're going to roll with. So, as always, thank you guys so much for stopping in. I really appreciate you guys watching, and I will see y'all in the next one.